The little boy who became president. The boy who changed a nation. In a small town called Bright Valley, there lived a poor little boy named David. David had no expensive clothes. He had no rich parents. But he had something special. A brilliant mind and a heart that cared about everyone. Every morning, David walked several kilometers to school. One day, while sitting under a tree, David saw a group of children fighting over a small piece of bread. He stood up and shouted, "Stop fighting! Why are we fighting when we can share?" The children looked at him. David divided the bread into equal pieces. "Today we share bread. Tomorrow we will build a country where nobody goes hungry." Everyone laughed. "You build a country?" one boy mocked. David smiled. "Just wait and see." Years passed. David grew into a young man. He studied law, economics, science, and technology, but he never forgot the poor people in his village. He traveled across the country and saw the same problems everywhere. Bad roads, corrupt leaders, poor schools, hospitals without medicine, young people without jobs, farmers struggling to feed their families. David became angry, but he did not give up. He decided to enter politics. Many people laughed at him. "You are too young. You don't have enough money. You cannot change this country." But David remembered the words he had spoken as a child. "Tomorrow we will build a country where nobody goes hungry." So he began his journey. He visited villages, cities, schools, and markets. He listened to ordinary people. Then came the biggest day of his life, the presidential election. The result was announced. David had won. The people celebrated in the streets. The little boy who once shared a piece of bread was now the president of the nation. Winning an election was easy. Governing a country was the real battle. On his first day in office, he called an emergency meeting. "From today," he said, "our government must work for the people. We will build a system that does not depend on one person." He introduced a new system of government. Every public project was placed online so citizens could see how government money was spent. Government workers were promoted based on performance, not friendship. Corruption cases were investigated without fear. Schools received better teachers and modern equipment. Hospitals received medicine and trained doctors. Farmers received better tools and support. Young people were trained in technology and given opportunities to start businesses. David also created a system where citizens could report problems directly to the government. One day, a citizen reported that a major road project had been abandoned. David ordered an investigation. The investigation revealed that millions of dollars had been stolen. The officials responsible were arrested and taken to court. The nation was shocked. For the first time, people began to believe that the law could truly work. But David faced opposition. Some powerful people wanted the old system to continue. One night, a group of corrupt politicians secretly met. "We must stop this president," one of them said. "He is destroying our business." But David refused to be intimidated. He stood before the nation and declared, "I did not become president to become powerful. I became president to make the system powerful enough to serve every citizen." The people applauded. Years passed. The nation began to change. Factories opened. Schools improved. Hospitals became stronger. Farmers produced more food. Technology companies grew. The country's economy became one of the strongest in the world. Other nations began visiting to study David's system of government. One foreign leader asked him, "What is your secret?" There is no secret. A great nation is not built by one great leader. It is built by a system that rewards hard work, protects justice, punishes corruption, and gives every citizen a chance to succeed. Many years later, David returned to Bright Valley. He walked past the old tree where he had once shared a piece of bread with children. An old man recognized him. "David, is that really you?" David smiled. "Yes." The old man laughed. "Do you remember what you said when you were a little boy?" David looked at the tree. "I remember." The old man smiled. "You said you would build a country where nobody goes hungry." David looked across the beautiful nation he had helped build. "I couldn't do it alone," he replied. The people did it together. The little boy who once had nothing had become the president of a great nation. But his greatest achievement was not becoming president. His greatest achievement was building a system that could continue working even after he was gone. Moral of the story: great leaders do not only build great nations, they build great systems. A country becomes strong when its leaders are honest, its institutions are effective, its laws are respected, and its citizens are given opportunities to succeed. The future of a nation is not built by one person. It is built by people who choose to work together for a better tomorrow.